I'm going to go over the answers to your assignment 3 in a video so that you've got it to look back on for revision. Okay, first question then. Soft drink manufacturer has product, it's in 450 milliliter bottles. Each empty bottle weighs 72 grams. They're packaged in trays of 144 bottles. Supermarket orders 25 trays. The manufacturer delivery van can take 2 tons and 1 litre of soft drink weighs 1 kilogram. Can we do all this in one van load? Okay. If 1 litre weighs 1 kilogram, then 450 millilitres weighs 450 grams. Okay. So my 450 plus my 72 would give me the total weight of each bottle. Now, there are lots of different ways of doing this. When we went over this, I think all 3 classes did it a different way, and within the 3 classes there was lots of different ways of doing it, so you might be doing it slightly different from me. Don't worry about that. Okay, so in one tray we have 144 of these bottles. I'll do 522 times 144, which is 75,168. Now I'm still working in grams just now. You might have already changed to kilograms, makes no difference. I'm going to change this to kilograms now. Grams to kilograms is just dividing by 1,000. They want 25 trays. Let's times that by 25. Which is 1,879.2 kilograms. Now my delivery van is 2 tons as a maximum load. 2 tons, if I can spell, that would be useful, wouldn't it? 2 tons is the same as 2,000 kilograms. So I can do this all in one load, so I need to say since 1879.2 kilograms is less than 2,000 kilograms, it can be delivered in one load. Okay, let's have a look at question 2. Robert bought a house 4 years ago for 135,000. It's increased in value by 5.4% for each of the 4 years. How much is it worth now? And we want an answer to 2 significant figures. Okay, it's an increase, so add it on to 100. So it's going to be 105.4%. 105.4% as a decimal is 1.054. To get from a percent to a decimal, we're dividing by 100. It's for 4 years, so I'm going to do 1.054 to the power of 4 times by the 135,000. I'll get my calculator on the screen so you can see this one. Okay, it's 1.054 to the power of button. Mine's an x with a wee box. It might be an x to the power of y or a y to the power of x. To the power of 4. Make sure, if you're using a calculator like this, that your times comes back down. 135,000. That comes out at, calculator always disappears when I do this. Which is £166,608.14. I want this to 2 significant figures. To 2 significant figures, I want 2 numbers at the beginning. So I need to decide, is that going to stay as a 6 or go up to a 7? I look to the very next number, it's a 6, bigger than 5, so it pushes that up to a 7. I then need to fill in all my spaces up to the decimal point with zeros. So I want 4 zeros. 170,000. Number 3. William's family went to holiday in New York. They took $2,000 with them. They spent an average of $136 for 14 days. I'll deal with that part before I keep reading. So 136 times 14. They spent $1,904. On return home, they changed the remaining dollars back to pounds. Let's take it away. So at the end of the holiday, they had $96 left. They're going to change that back into pounds. The bank this time would only change multiples of 20. So multiples of 20 are 20, 40, 60, 80, and so on. So they would only change $80 worth. My exchange rate is £1 is $1.24. So I'm going to divide by 1.24. And they would get £64.52. Now we're rounding it to the nearest penny, just using normal rules of rounding. Number 4. Flight leaves London at 23:53 local time and it arrives at 1:30 in the morning New York time. The time in New York's 5 hours behind the time in London. How long did the flight take? Now, it doesn't matter when you deal with the time difference, as long as you remember and deal with it. I like to deal with it before I work out my time difference. Okay, so the flight landed at 1:31 New York time. So 1:31 add on 5 hours is 6:31, so that would be GB time. So my flight goes from 23:53 to 06. So now we need to work out the time difference between 23:53 and 06:31. So I'm going to take this up to midnight. So I'm going to add on 7 minutes. And that's going to take me up to midnight. I'm going to go from midnight to 6:31. That's going to be 6 hours, 31 minutes. Add the two together and the flight takes 6 hours and 38 minutes. Okay, part B. There are 3 types of seat available in the flight. We've got economy, premium economy and business class. These are the fares for one adult. Children up to 12 pay 70% of the adult fare and 40% of the insurance premium. Right, let's get to the interesting part. Mr. and Mrs. Williams and their 3 children, aged 4, 7 and 10, want to travel from London to New York. They decide to buy an economy semi-flexible ticket. So an economy semi-flexible ticket is this one here. They also want to buy travel insurance. That should say all 5 people in their party. Sorry about that. They're paying by credit card and they've budgeted $3,500. Okay, so we've got 2 adults. So let's start with this one. So we're going to do 725 times 2, which is £1,450. We've got 3 children under 12. It doesn't matter if you find 70% and times it by 3 or times it by 3 and find 70%, makes absolutely no difference. I'm going to start finding 70% of 725. $70 divided by 100 times 725 is £507.50. That'll be for one child. They have 3 children, so let's times that by 3. So the 3 children's fares would be £1,522.50. So that's what I'm paying so far. That one and that one. Let's keep going. They also want to pay for insurance. Insurance is £90 per person. So I've got my 2 adults, which would be £180. 3 children, do it the other way this time, be $270, but they only pay 40% of that. So I want to find 40% of 270. Which is £108. Okay, so we're also paying that pen colour didn't change there. We're also paying that 180, that 108. We're paying by credit card, so we're also going to get a £6 booking fee added on. Okay, so let's find out how much all this is going to cost us. Put the offer trip to New York, won't it? Right, so we've got 1,450, add 1,522.50, add 180, add 108, add 6. That comes to £3,266.50. Then we need to remember and answer the question. Okay, we were told they budgeted 3,500. We want to know, did they budget enough? Yes, they have, as 3,500 is more than £3,266.50. Or we could say they would also have £233.50 left over, but we need to make some kind of comparison to the amount that they've got and the amount that it would cost them. It's not enough just to say yes, they've budgeted enough. You need to pretend the person who is marking this, i.e. me, is really, really daft and doesn't know that 3,266 is more than that 3,500. So you need to tell me that part. Okay. Right, we might manage number 5 and then I'll need to go on to another video because we only get 15 minutes. Okay, blood pressure chart shows the range of high, low and healthy blood pressure readings. So Sandy has his blood pressure taken and we want to know what the results mean. Okay, so looking at the two dials first of all, here we're going round in 20s. So each one of these is worth 2. That would be 70, 72, 74. That's about 76. If you're slightly out with that, it shouldn't make a difference to your final answer. Is 150, 152, 154. So my diastolic 76, which is about here. Systolic was 154, which is up here. So we don't actually need another one. If it's up here at 154, it's definitely up in high blood pressure. Okay, we might manage the next question. Let's see how long it looks. No, we'll leave that one to the next video.